Drama Alert Nation and everyone else that's going to see this video, this is not a Drama Alert video. This is not a news video. I'm making a video today responding to a video that was uploaded yesterday by H3h3, where he accused me of various things that can be proved wrong, completely out of context, just plain wrong. But the most damning thing that he accused me of is killing Etika. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Everything else he said in that video, I will be responding in a separate video, but I want to focus on this because it's just, you'd have to be the biggest scumbag in the world to try to pin another man's suicide on another person because of an internet beef that me and you are having, which we've been having for quite some time. And I'll
It's a good straw man to start on. Of course, Keemstar is physically incapable of not straw manning a conversation. Also kind of funny that he has his little fucking G Fuel here no longer in existence. How will people be able to purchase that, Keem? You should be careful with your G Fuel promotion. You don't want people looking into like whether you have a part ownership of it or not, and then like force the company to fucking kick you off the, take your shares away. Who knows? You know. It looks like pre-workout, advertise the kids. It is pre-workout, advertise the kids.
explain all of that too. But to get into it, the basis.
Let me guess. He is going to laser focus on the straw man once he has effectively built a much weaker argument for his opponent. He is now going to spend 14 minutes on literally attacking that same argument that he himself constructed that is not reflective of the reality. This is how fucking dipshits argue. It's very effective rhetorically. I'm sure that this will get a bunch of 12-year-olds to fucking hate H3h3 and feel like Keemstar is totally morally on the high ground here.
Of this whole Keemstar killed Etika is the interview that I did with Etika and some tasteless tweets that I put out. But more than anything, the interview is what gets the most attention in this situation because a segment of what I said to Etika and what transpired. We'll get into that, but before we do, first, I want to share a statement from Etika's own mother who texted me this. Hello, Keemstar. This is Etika's mother responding to you to address the recent threats and accusations that you received in relation to his death. I wish to inform Etika fans, friends, and viewers that Keemstar is not responsible for Etika's passing and should not be held accountable for my son's actions. Etika loved Keemstar's show and wanted to make his appearance both memorable and exciting. My son's goal was to make the segment as dramatic and entertaining as possible, not to use it as a vehicle of hatred towards the show's host and creator. Spread love and goodwill instead of passing judgment. What's truly needed is a much better platform supporting mental health awareness throughout the world. Please build up your online community.
Didn't Etika's girlfriend also tweet something literally identical to this and then deleted those tweets when people were saying that it's fucking fake? Like yesterday? This literally seems like it was mathematically calculated by like PR professionals to put together to just like, you know, draw attention away from Keemstar.
I love the system. I can now remove the tinfoil hat.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. She just goes to another school.
Good one, Keemstar with the $3 dono. Yeah. Does Etika's mom refer to Etika as Etika and not by his like first name? That's kind of weird too. Like, this is Etika's mother. Because for those of you who don't know, like, Etika is an internet name for Etika. And he has a real name, a government name, a Christian name that I assume his mom would use.
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your
This
father,
is so.
the devil.
If this is fake, by the way, or if it comes out that this was fucking, if this was fake, or if this was staged, because it looks a little suspicious, and it comes out that like he fucking forced this, absolutely nothing will happen. For the record, like absolutely nothing will happen to Keemstar because he gets away with it every time. Number one, getting away with it champion for being like the most horrible, horrific, awful human being on the planet, which ironically was the point of the H3h3 video. So, like, I'm imagining spread love and goodwill instead of passing judgment was truly needed on a much better platform. Supporting, what's truly needed is a much better platform supporting mental health awareness throughout the world. Please build up your online community with kindness instead of recklessly breaking each other down. In God we trust. You will take these blessings we send out to you. Like, I guess Etika's mom is aware of how much Etika loved the Keemstar show, not aware of all of the fucking problems and complications that they have, and also unaware that Keemstar is a notorious spreader of the opposite of what she wants to him to spread. Not only is it hatred and no goodwill, but he also is the worst at platforming terrible mental health awareness takes over and over and over again, which again was literally in the video that H3h3 had documented.
Kindness instead of recklessly breaking each other down. In God we trust, you will take these blessings I send out to you. And I must admit, when I got that text message, I just completely fell apart. That is exactly what I needed when I needed it. Grieving with Etika's passing and then having some of these people online blaming me for his passing. So Etika's mom, thank you so much.
I needed that so much. Thanks for helping me, Etika's mom. Because I am once again the real victim of this situation. Just like every other situation I've been involved in, I have never, ever, ever in any circumstance ever been the perpetrator. I'm always the victim. I'm always getting aggroed on, even when people are doing literally the exact same things that I've done to people over and over again in a most unapologetic fashion.
Much for sending that to me. She didn't send that to me yesterday or today. She sent that to me a few days after the passing of Etika. Also, I'd like to read some statements that were put out yesterday on Twitter by...
I literally don't believe this. I'm sorry. Given the fact that Keemstar routinely fucking operates off of false information and has zero credibility, and the fact that he didn't put the date in there, like, which he very easily could have put the date in here. Like, you think that if there was a date here, he wouldn't have fucking shown the date? Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
And then having some of these people online blaming me for his passing. So Etika's mom, thank you so much for sending that to me. She didn't send that to me yesterday or today. She sent that to me a few days after the passing of Etika. Also, I'd like to read some statements that were put out yesterday on Twitter by Etika's past girlfriend. He tweeted in response to H3h3's video, "Really sad to see people blaming Keemstar again. He was in no way responsible for Etika's actions." Let's think about it some more. One of Etika's goals was to be on Dromler because he respected that man. They were friendly behind the scenes. Desmond was actually unwell, sick. So in short, I understand that Keem's past makes it really hard for others to change that opinion. So don't go thinking I'm trying to make a divide between those who like and unlike him. This is just my take on the situation. This is the most difficult conversation to have. That's absolutely right. This is a difficult conversation to have. This is ridiculous, and we shouldn't be engaging in this whole thing. I shouldn't be forced to respond to this. Etika's death shouldn't be used as a pawn to beat me in this feud that we have. H3h.
Father, the devil.
It's not. You absolutely have a responsibility as a fucking content creator not to literally feed into someone's manic state, which was the point that Keemstar had made originally, which is literally something you are avoiding right now. He didn't say you directly killed Etika. He said you fed in to his mania because you are unaware of what happens to people when they suffer from mental health complications because you think it's fucking fake. That was the entire argument. And I don't know if his like opinion has changed on people who suffer from mental health problems. I don't think it has. Why would it? He's a total fucking chud. Even though you did say you should jump off of a cliff, sorry. I can't believe how the fuck he has the gall to call himself a victim here.
You really crossed the line. Now, after Etika's past girlfriend Alice made these tweets, H3h3 fans started attacking her and harassing her to the point where she had to go private. She DM'd me saying that she had to delete everything because they were spamming some really inappropriate stuff to her. But she said that I could use the screenshots. And I said, no problem, H3h3 fans can be the worst. But keep in mind, during this whole Etika situation that was going down where a man actually lost his life, there were moments where I said some stuff that was completely stupid and wrong. And they're all over. Everyone shared them. But I did not kill this man. Etika's girlfriend also said this: please don't think that I'm trying to absolve Keem of the wild shit he said. And then apparently people accused her, but when she came out with these statements, of being paid off. In H3h3's video, he showed a lot of these tweets painting a picture that I didn't care about Etika at all, that I simply just wanted to use.
I mean, you didn't. Your actions show that you didn't. Like, I don't understand how he. Well, let's see. Let's see how he's going to say he does care.
Like, that was the whole image that he put forth. He even found some tweet where I acknowledged that he was in a certain mental hospital. He even found a tweet and made this point in his video that I doxed the mental hospital that Etika was at. But for H3h3 to find this tweet, he would have had to go to my Twitter. He would have had to hit advanced search, right? Put the user Keemstar in and then put in Etika and see all the tweets that I've ever made about Etika. And if you do that, you act.
Okay. He's saying that H3h3's video was well researched and well sourced, which somehow means that it's bad. This is a search functionality that this is like unironically when people get mad because you're like, wow, you typed the N-word in my advanced search to find this tweet of me saying something bad in like 2012. You can say that like it's old, it doesn't represent me, but you can't be like, wow, you worked really hard to find this when it directly pertains to the subject matter that he was talking about and how it still reflects on your lack of fucking care for mental health to this day, and the fact that you never got any sort of accountability for it.
Actually get full context. On October 25th, I said I was really worried about Etika. If you see this, I want you to know that you're an amazing entertainer and thousands are counting on you to be here to entertain them. You have purpose. This was after he made a Reddit post that made it seem like he was going to commit suicide. And then he was gone. He was gone for a couple days, then came back, started streaming, and it just seemed like...
I mean, he showed that there were caring tweets after the fact, too. That still doesn't change the reality that you looked at someone who was very clearly experiencing mental health complications and abused them for content, and his interest in clout in that circumstance.
Like something was off. I tweeted out, I actually like Etika. I don't think he's evil like Fuzi, but he's definitely...
Okay, once again, does not change the reality that you fucking knew all of this and still put the fuck... This makes him look worse.
You don't love the spirit
This literally
of
makes him look worse.
You love
this
your father,
shows
the devil.
that, like, he was aware of the complications and did not fucking care and still went forward with doxing the fucking hospital that he was in. What the fuck? This is like literally when Trump says Barack Obama mishandled swine flu. Like, you're owning yourself, dude. Like, you're literally owning yourself. You're only showing that you are a worse person than the way that Keemstar portrayed you.
manic as fuck. Quoting, he actually acts like this because that's what all of his fans were saying. I said, nah, not like this. At this point, I actually thought something was seriously wrong. But if you are a fan of Etika, if you watch Etika, if you watched his streams, Etika...
H3h3? You keep calling H3 Keemstar, you dunce? Wait, I do? You have said Keemstar instead of H3h3 almost every time? Oh, I have? God damn it, dude. Okay, well, listen, guys. I have a bad brain, and in my mind, both of these guys are kind of drama Andes, okay? Backpedal, yes. Or no, backwards takes. Apologize to Keemstar. Who cares? Check and understand. You guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's the 5G. I need my shungite. All right, let's keep going.
The entertainer was very, very close to Etika, the guy acting not right. They were so close to each other that it was so hard for the fans and even myself to figure out through all these different outbursts that were happening over and over and over again. It wasn't one incident, it was multiple incidents. If he was actually losing his mind or if this was a publicity stunt, because he made it really seem like it was a publicity stunt. H3h3 didn't include the tweets of me saying stay healthy. Or how after the interview, I seen a clip of him on his stream and he seemed like he was doing much better. And I said, whatever you're doing, stick with it. H3h3 saw these tweets, but none of these tweets.
I wish he had included them to be like, Keemstar knew that he was in a bad mental state and yet still turned around and abused them, which shows that he's an even worse person than the way that I, Ethan Klein, have shown him thus far. There you go. Is that good? I did the names correctly this time. Incredible. The classic, what about all the times I didn't punch my wife, Your Honor, take here. It totally cancels everything out.
Tweets were included because it doesn't push the narrative that he wants to push that I killed Etika. We were going back and forth. Me and Etika's fans were going back and forth. Whether or not to believe that he was in trouble or to believe that this was a publicity stunt. And it got to the point where all of his fans were spamming clown emojis at him, calling him a clown because they did not believe that there was a mental issue. They believed that it was a publicity stunt. And
I wonder if there was like a larger YouTuber that took advantage of this situation and also further complicated the situation by also casting doubt on whether or not serious mental problems were just a publicity stunt. I wonder if there was like a YouTuber who did that. I guess that YouTuber would probably be a little responsible for what he is currently talking about. Interesting. Interesting take there. Who could that be? Well, maybe if you watch the H3h3 video, the Ethan Klein video, you would know who that person is, which is Keemstar.
You don't love the spirit of justice.
And I talked to the man.
love
I
your
talked to the
father,
man
the
on the
devil.
phone, and he would be completely calm. He would talk about the numbers, the subs. He asked me once about getting verified, and he thought because he did this one publicity stunt where, you know, they broke into the door and took him to the mental hospital, that, you know, now there were these articles on him and maybe he could get verified. That's the conversation we had. And keep in mind, from an internet's perspective, he was taken in handcuffs to a hospital and they let him out hours later. I'm not a doctor. You know, all of us on the internet are thinking at this time that this is a publicity stunt. Before I did the interview with...
Okay, there's a couple things that you can do in this situation, okay? When someone... You can't have it both ways. You can't be like, I really cared about his safety and mental health by showing like 3 tweets to absolve yourself of the responsibilities that you had by, you know, platforming him irresponsibly and like egging him on. You can't do that. You can't say like you cared about his mental health problems and then be like, but I still took advantage of him, and then think that people are going to be stupid enough to fucking, oh wait, people are going to be stupid enough to think he is absolved. Don't they? Oh God. Oh, people are so dumb. Oh, Jesus Christ. People are so stupid. They probably are. Okay. Anyway. That's so devastating.
You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your father, the devil.
It's almost as if you'd need to have some nuance and understand Keemstar and Etika's relationship isn't as straightforward as you'd like. No, I don't think their relationship is as straightforward as I'd like. First of all, I don't know either of these people, okay? I don't. I don't know anything. I didn't know anything about Etika until this horrific event, okay? But what you have to comprehend here is not how, like, what their friendship was or how complicated their friendship was. You can be friends with someone and still fuck them over. You can be friends with someone and have your entire worldview that dictates that mental health is not a real thing. Lol, just get better. Lol, just be happy. Lol, and your endless pursuit of clicks and clout still causes you to cause harm to someone who is experiencing a traumatic mental breakdown. Okay. It doesn't matter if they were fucking friends. It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem like they were friends. It seems like Keemstar does exactly what he always does, which is like act like whatever the fuck he can get away with. Act like he's friends so he can get away with whatever the fuck he can get away with, which he's trying to do right now. By the way, this isn't even about relitigating why Etika died. You're actually falling for the red herring. True. Which, once again, this is not even the main point of contention here. You can't hurt someone you're friends with is a great argument. Yeah, exactly. And again, we are all getting captured in the perfect deflection here, which is not that like Keemstar fucking killed Etika, okay? It's that Keemstar is a irresponsible piece of shit who is clout hungry, and whether he's friends with people or not friends with people doesn't matter. He will put people at risk. He does not understand mental health. He is not responsible, and he never gets held accountable for the horrific things he has done. There were 11 other things that he had done in that entire video.
The spirit of justice. You love your father, the devil.
This shit kept spamming so high or whatever.
With Etika, when we were speaking privately, we were talking about the man's career. We were talking about the fact that there were these articles, the fact that he was trending worldwide.
Like 7 minutes and 45 seconds of him saying like, oh, I'm such good friends with Etika. I knew how terrible of a situation he was in with his mental breakdown, and yet still has not said, well, here is why I doxed the hospital of someone who I cared for and someone who I actually knew was in a bad state.
But then once I turn the cameras on and I hit record, he immediately goes into Etika the entertainer. Before Etika committed suicide, he left a video online where he says this.
This is the worst part about it.
You know, I wasn't suicidal before. I really wasn't. But one thing I didn't realize was that the walls were closing around me so fast. I really had no intention of killing myself, but I would always push it too far. I guess I am mentally ill.
Etika was so confident and so convincing that, like, it made it impossible to know if there was a problem or not, and I kept flip-flopping along with his fan base back and forth. He's got a problem. No, this is just a character. No, he's just acting it up. That's what I was caught in along with his fans. Also, in Etika's final video, he literally said this about me. Roll it.
Keemstar, I wish you the best, my nigga.
Yeah, Etika was a huge Drama Alert fan. Him coming on this show meant so much to him. And when he came on, he wanted to put on a performance, and that's the way I saw it. But in that interview, and the most damning thing against me is a clip that's taken completely out of context, where I'm talking about simulation theory, and well, I say this. Roll it.
Think about
There's more stuff that he says in that video where he's like apologizing to Pokemon and a bunch of other people. It's like one of the last videos, if I'm not mistaken, that he ever recorded. That could 100% be interpreted as being sarcastic. And not only that, but just because someone is a fan of your show does not absolve you of the fucking responsibility of you taking advantage of their mental state to create content while also causing confusion, further confusion around whether this person is just simply acting or if he's truly in a panicked state or in a manic state. That does not absolve you of that responsibility just because he was a fucking fan. It literally makes it worse. Okay? Oh, this person was a fan, so it's okay that I raped them would not be something you can use in fucking court. Okay? It's insane. But once again, Keemstar is successfully avoiding his own responsibility in this segment, which is the entire point of the Etika part of this conversation, which is that he fanned the flames. He caused confusion. Okay? Like, you enabled his manic state, which is precisely what H3h3 was saying in his video. And also doxed the hospital, which is not only bad for Etika, but also the other patients at that hospital as well.
About that statement, there are no coincidences in my world,
because
everything happens for a reason.
Because it's all planned. It's all been pre-designed.
Everything. It's all predestined, Keemstar.
But
everything you've done up until this point.
But the scariest thing about thinking that the world is a simulation and it's predestined and all that is then there's no reason to live. Why not?
Why do you fear death?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's scary because if you really think about it, then why live? Just jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares?
Yes, I said that. I said that to Etika. But why did I say it to him?
Dude.
Because I was trying to explain to him that believing that this world is not real, believing that this world is a simulation, could put you in harm's way, could put you in danger. If you don't think this is real, then why live? You have to believe that this is real. You can't believe that this is a simulation. I wanted to put that warning out there. I was trying to help. I battle with the
Just literally the worst person on the planet. I can't. It's, oh my God. Telling a manic person, just jump off of a bridge. I was saying that to help them is insane. Also, bipolar people don't usually die in their depressive states. They die in manic states.
Your father, the devil.
Keemstar would know that if he thought that mental health was really a real problem and not just people who are faking it for attention or just sad and don't understand that they're just sad.
You don't
so
love
it is
the spirit of justice.
It is precisely the worst thing that you can do.
these things to this day. But for H3h3 to accuse me of killing him, which you definitely did. I know you put out tweets, and I most certainly...
You're intentionally misrepresenting, he said? What? No, I'm not. Also, what happened with that cut there? Did he cut something out of the video? Keem is dangerous to society, should be in jail. Wait. His argument is that he couldn't tell whether he was manic or not, which doesn't absolve him of feeling the fire. Yeah, I know.
Certainly did not blame Keemstar for Atika's death. I think he created an extremely toxic environment for him and others. You definitely did accuse me. You implied it. You more than implied it. In fact, one person responded, I believe you said almost verbatim, it's really interesting that just a few months after Keem talked to Etika about jumping off a cliff, Etika jumped off a bridge to his death. Homie, you more than implied that Keem was responsible for what happened to Etika.
Keemstar's greatest moment comes when he asks Etika in a manic state, why doesn't he just jump off a cliff?
If you really think about it, then why live? Just jump off a cliff. Just jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares?
Of course, hypothetical.
I don't understand how this isn't, like, this is not an incorrect interpretation. what H3H3 is saying here is not incorrect. Telling a manic person to jump off a cliff while you're exploiting their manic state immediately after you doxed the hospital that they were in, after he was released from a hospital for that problem, is 1000% something you can draw a conclusion on. You are responsible. To some degree, you are responsible. It's just the reality. Whether it was unintentional or intentional is the real question. Okay? That's the conversation that we should be having here, but we are not, because the conversation is now about semantics. Okay? Instead of attacking an argument, attack a man who made the correct argument and slander their name. Yeah, of course.
But it is quite a coincidence when you consider that only 51 days later, that very same YouTuber jumped off a bridge to his death.
Ethan, you are a piece of fucking garbage. Garbage. And on top of it, you're a fucking hypocrite. You go on through your video saying, about all this mental health, and Keemstar had a lot of bad takes, which I did. Trust me, I had a lot of bad takes about mental health, and my opinions have changed throughout the years. But then, as you act on your high horse, you completely forget when FouseyTube was having his mental breakdown, you did a whole podcast roasting him over it.
By the way, this is precisely why you don't
love the spirit of justice.
In these sorts of YouTube situations, like, Keemstar is correct when he says you do it too. Like,
I love the system. I can now remove the
Keemstar probably did. Keemstar egged him on and made it worse for him, as evidenced by what FouseyTube had said originally. But it is, again, another tactic to deflect and say, you do it too. Well, you do it too. Okay. Well, we are addressing what you have done in this situation. The person pointing the finger at you and what they have done is entirely unrelated to what you have personally done. And Keemstar, in this entire 14-minute video, has not once demonstrated why he took advantage of Etika's mental state. He did not at all address the fact that he talked about the hospital. He tried to hand wave that away by saying, oh, well, I didn't know if it was serious or not. And Keem was closer to Etika than H3 was to Fauci. Yeah, in Keem's own words, that's also true. In Keem's own words, if we are to take what he is saying seriously, Keemstar was closer to Etika and was friends with Etika in comparison to, I guess, Ethan Klein and FouseyTube. I don't really know any of these fucking people. I don't want to know any of these fucking people, but Jesus Christ. Appeal to hypocrisy is not an argument. Right-wingers do it all the time. It's a very effective strategy, though. It is an effective... This is why I always say, like, logical fallacies are effective rhetorically. It gets people to 1000% see your side of things, and it casts doubt on the person who is blaming the other. In this circumstance, Keemstar is doing a good job deflecting away. It's literally a fallacy. I know, debate lords. I know it's literally a fallacy. It doesn't matter. What is logically consistent and not has very little fucking reflection on the reality. Okay? People are hypocritical. People don't think in the hyper-rational ways that you think you think. You don't think in hyper-rational ways either. It's just that, like, it offers a good opportunity to counter if you engage in a logical fallacy. Okay? The too cuckoo or whatever the fuck it's called is the no you fallacy is easy to counter, or the straw man is easy to counter, but you can't just say it's a straw man. You have to demonstrate why it's also not correct and why, you know, Keemstar is just deflecting away from it.
Is he? I mean, I can't tell if he's just like cracked out.
No.
Or if he's just on a manic rampage.
I think, it seems very manic.
Yeah.
It seems very manic.
Training bra. You got a training bra on for some luscious breasts you've been growing. I mean, look.
Pokimane is literally under scrutiny for the same thing right now. She went to some guy's YouTube and just said, if I were this guy's sponsor, I would not want this guy representing me. And the guy lost a big sponsor, but you will still simp for her? Wait, what? I have no idea what that situation is. And even with the way that you're representing this situation, I still cannot see how this would be a one-to-one comparison about what we're talking about. And it's entirely unrelated. Jesus Christ, the gray name thing is true, man. Twitch chat, gray name Geralds are just so fucking bad. Gray name Garys. I am not even aware of how this has anything to do with what the fuck we're talking about here in this situation.
Look at this frame.
Dude, people who are obsessed with Pokimane are so fucking weird, dude. I'm serious. Like, God. Like, because we were publicly friends, like, and would go on each other's streams and shit from time to time, literally a fucking year ago, I still get DMs from people. There was a DM I got last week. Okay? There was a DM I got last fucking week when I was at my friend's getting the coronavirus antibody test. Okay? And he was like, why are you at the offline TV house? I don't even know where the fuck the new offline TV house is. Okay? Never been there. Have no idea where the fuck it is. He's like, why are you at the offline TV house? Why are you at the offline TV house? And then this motherfucker tries to dox me to get me to respond to him. And like, and puts out my old address that's out there that has been doxed. And he's like, yeah, you're not going to answer me now? Look at this old address. I didn't answer him because he's a fucking idiot. But like, still, Jesus Christ, dude. Holy fuck. Imagine being that fucking crazy that you're still following me and like still. I mean, that's like, I get fucking threats. I get death threats on a daily basis. Okay. I have white supremacists who fucking hate me, want to kill me. I have Nazis who want to kill me. I have alt-right motherfuckers who want to kill me. But nothing scares me as much as Pokimane simps, dude. Holy shit. Or not simps, but haters. God damn, dude. Fucking chill out, dude.
I mean, dude, this is straight out of like a horror movie. Like, are you in my basement right now, Fusi? You might be thinking to yourself, he's like over him. Drake's sleeping in his bed. Fusi's like hovering over him. You might think this is a little strange, Drake. But this is God's plan for me to murder you right now. Clearly acting's not working out for you, dog. That was a pretty corny read.
Fucking hypocrite. You've always been a goddamn hypocrite. You used to call me out for making Jake Paul videos when you made Jake Paul videos. The other day, you tried to roast me on Twitter like a month ago. You tried to roast me for my hoodie. You said I looked like a 12-year-old. And then the whole internet had to remind you and roast you, this is how you dress. It was just absolutely hilarious. It's always a big swing and a miss. And this entire video is a big swing and a miss. In fact,
oh my God, I can already see the people who are like, dude, this is such a good own, dude. Ethan Klein is fucking canceled. Like, literally has absolutely nothing to do. We are so far removed now from the original argument that it's in a different galaxy, okay? We have traveled across space-time. We hit fucking light speed, okay? We are light years away from the original argument, and now we're talking about what? Like Teddy Fresh clothing line. I don't even like fucking Ethan Klein. I just like, I think he kind of sucks. He's done a lot of the same shit that Keemstar has in the past. Keemstar is doing a good job exposing all that shit. That video, on the other hand, was good because it was, one, well-researched, and two, it was right. Is his wife's clothing company? Yeah. Like, Teddy Fresh, $10 plastic hoodie from Scuffed Ass Google Ass. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, one is like better quality or his wife's brand or any number of other things. Like, you were a hypocrite at one point about making fun of my hoodie while you yourself are wearing a hoodie. Are you an anti-Semite? Wait, what? The fuck? Pointing out that the guy demonstrating your ills is also bad does not absolve you. Yeah. I know. It doesn't. But it works. It is an effective rhetorical strategy. It is. How is Ethan done even near the same shit as Keem has done? Oh, no. Not even in the same ballpark. No. Sorry. I just mean that, like, he is also a drama exploiter. We all are to some degree. It's nowhere near as bad as what the fuck. It is nowhere near as bad as what the fuck Keemstar has done throughout his entire career. But, like, I used to be a fan of Ethan Klein. I used to watch H3h3 back when he used to do, like, these funny videos, like Vape Nation and whatever. And then somewhere along the line, he started doing the podcast and his content got stale. And I really took a different path. Like, he just, man, that's a good transition to Matt Lauer. Attack the person exposing you. Yeah, Matt Lauer did this to Ronan Farrow earlier today. Donald Trump did this against Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton during the time when people were saying, like, you know, you said you want to grab women by the pussy, and there was like people who were credibly accusing Donald Trump of sexual assault, including his fucking ex-wife at some point.
2 months streak.
It's like well documented in court. But you know, he did a really good job by saying, well, Bill Clinton raped too. Look at that. Well, owned. And everyone fucking forgot about it. Trump is the king at that shit. Pretty sure Ethan hasn't doxed people. No, I just meant, like, they are clickbaiters, drama baiters. Sometimes they go too far. I just, like, anyway, it's called Darvo Deny, Attack, Reverse Victim, and Offender.
In the next video, I'm going to address every single other bullshit you taken out of context. I'm going to address you literally turning the guy who swatted me and swatted my mods on stream into a victim, which one of the best researchers on the whole goddamn YouTube, the platform is Gamer for Mars, who literally DM'd me this in disbelief that you used that. I'm going to address every single thing. And another thing you did in this video is an absolute first for YouTube.
Wait, what?
You went after my sponsors.
Wait. The thing that gets me about Ethan's video is he painted Smile for YouTube as a victim. All dude was a serial swatter and threatened people's lives to extort money out of them. Wait. No, he didn't. What the fuck? Before we get to the sponsors, how the fuck? Wait, what? Yes, he did? Wait, how? Did you not watch the whole video? Are you guys fucking insane? How the fuck did he paint Smile? How the fuck did H3h3 paint Smile for YouTube as a victim? That is... Isn't Smile... Oh, Smile for YouTube is not the swatter. Okay. Different guy. Smile for YouTube isn't the fucking guy that Keemstar platformed. I was thinking of the original swatter. Okay. No, I have no idea who the fuck Smile for YouTube is. I don't know if he has swatted himself personally, but I think he literally said, even if Smiles for YouTube did, it's not right. He used footage of Keem doxing Smiley. Yeah. I remember that. He's the dad in the basement part of the video. Okay. Didn't he say that Smile for YouTube may or may not have doxed other people, but even in that circumstance, two wrongs don't make a right? Swatted and not doxed. Lol. Again, this is irrelevant. Even if the dude doxed Keem is trying to dox him back is bad. Also, it still doesn't absolve him of a fucking this person also being victimized. If you yourself are an asshole and someone else who is an even bigger asshole than you does something that's even worse to you, that doesn't all of a sudden make it correct. Okay? If like a white supremacist went and fucking killed Keemstar, I wouldn't be like, oh, he deserved it. I'd be like, no, Keemstar is the victim in this circumstance, regardless of how much of a fucking asshole he is. Like, I don't understand. Oh, like if you dox the wife of someone who had swatted, then all of a sudden, and his family, knowing full well the implications and problems, then it doesn't make it okay.
That I'm going to address every single thing. And another thing you did in this video is an absolute first for you two.
Keemstar is a sociopath.
You went after my
H3h3.
sponsors. You went after my sponsors. If you think the YouTube community is happy with you right now, you got to be out of your mind. You have ushered in this new era where people that have beefs on each other go after their sponsors. Like, this has never happened before, but it's happening now. It's happening now. And you did that. You started this. And because of all the hate that G Fuel recently got from your stupid fucking video, I got in contact with them. I'm no longer with G Fuel anymore. I walked away. They don't.
Isn't he a fucking dude? He's just literally a part owner, isn't he? I'm so confused by this. Like, I'm almost certain that he's a part owner, and like he probably was like, yeah, let's just like fucking sever ties on the
You
front
love
end.
your father, the devil.
What's the problem with going after sponsors?
Don't deserve to have fucking hate because of our beef. Attica's fans don't need to relive this bullshit. It's always lies, deception, manipulation, clips out of context, spinning a fucking narrative that just isn't true. Towards the end of your video, you act like a victim, like, oh, the big bad Keemstar has been after me forever and it's had a huge toll on my mental health. You said, thank God I have the support group around me. Well, I have a support group around me, and I can't wait for you to see them because they're really pissed off at that video you uploaded for multiple goddamn reasons. Good.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh. Great. Yeah, great stuff, dude. Moist Critical's
Yesterday.
take?